Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to this week's conversation. Let's see. We were out a week. Today, I think what we're going to do is just go through setup of the Zapier process with a basic foreclosure ad because to my knowledge, this is the best way to get leads fast and it's pretty much all anybody needs. We have all these other options for driving traffic, Google, Twitter, all different ways to do Facebook ads, but I have never seen anything better than this, and I've been repeating this over and over again. It feels like for the last 5 or 6 years because that's how long it's been, but I still cannot beat the quality of response we're getting from this process and the quality of leads as it's been evolving over time. So that's what we're going to do today. If you guys have specific questions, feel free to ask them in the question box. Can somebody please say, yes, Ryan, I can hear you, just so I know that everything's working okay? I'm actually working from a 4G LTE phone hotspot today, so hopefully you guys are able to hear me. Just let me know you can hear me. I appreciate it. Great. Great. Excellent. Thanks, guys. So let me just show you. I just peeked in. I just set up one of these campaigns for a conversion user. And I was shocked to find out that he already had 4 leads for 40 cents a lead. And these are not typical results. Usually I expect to see it between $2 to $5 or $6, sometimes even $7 in more challenging markets. But here is the ad. Here is the template that everybody can use. And I'm going to walk you through setting this up here in a second, but I'm going to start by just showing it to you. First thing we have going on is that we are running our basic foreclosure ad that looks like this. I'm going to open up on, let's do it on mobile here. Oops, that's right, you can't do it on mobile if you're not on mobile. The preview. Here's the newsfeed view. And it's simply a generic fan page. I use Real Estate Deal Depot as a page I have. Free weekly list of Champaign, Illinois area foreclosures and fixer-upper deals is my text. I have a generic image which I can share with you guys. In fact, I don't know if I could share it here. But I have a generic image of a living room with the word foreclosure, Champaign foreclosures. See the list now. If you're looking for a solid real estate deal in Champaign, you might like getting this list. There's not much to it here. And again, have already gotten 4 leads for about 40 cents a piece. Now, I have a larger sample from another campaign I'm running in Arizona where the leads are coming in at about $5 a piece, but we've gotten a few hundred of those already. So that's a really consistent number. And these are always full name, phone number, and email because we're using the Facebook lead generation objective. Watch what happens when somebody clicks. Hopefully it works here for me. 1 second. Want to remind you guys here, I'm going to view in news feed. That's what I need to do. And you'll see the behavior of these ads here. If I click learn more, it gives me this little context card, which is a feature. And I click see the list now, and it pre-fills my name, email, accurate phone number, and I click submit. Now, on the back end of this, what's going on is that the user is getting a text message, and that text message says something like, I'm going to give you guys the script too. It says something like, hi, thanks for checking out our site. Would you like for me to send you information about qualifying for a mortgage? And what I'm finding is that about 20 to 30% of the time, people are replying to that text message right away. So if we go in here, I'm going to go in here and show you that text message. I kind of don't want to let you guys see the screen here for just a second, so I'm going to hide my screen and then bring it right back. So don't be alarmed. Because I got to log in, and I don't want you to see other people's passwords here. I'm far. In fact, I can't see passwords, but I don't want you to see everybody else's details. That's the thing. Just bear with me. Because I think it's important that you see the script and you see the setting that we're using at the broker level, because this is a huge part of this process that I'm detailing today. So on the one hand, we have the ad. I'm going to bring you back live here. Okay, it should pop back in live. On the one hand, we have the ad generating us cheap leads into the system, which is great. But the second part of it is this auto text, which is just wonderful stuff. And that the script is simply a few things going on. Hi, thanks for searching on your site. on our site, are you looking to buy/sell pretty soon? I can send you some info about mortgage pre-approval if you want, ? Okay, and if I copy this to you guys, I'll put it in the chat here so you have it. Please, if you don't have access to the broker dashboard of your office and you want to use this, see if you can get your broker or team leader to consider changing to this. You can send them to the recording of this video and understand why. And the reason is that we're getting such high engagement on this question. It comes off as conversational, and then it leads into the mortgage side of things, which is great for your lender partners. It gets people talking about the process. Even if they tell you, I've had some people say, well, no, I'm buying cash, I'm an investor. Well, no, my credit's horrible. But you get engagement and conversation about financing so that you get somebody pre-approved and they're moving naturally through the buying process. So that's the overview, what I just showed you. We have the ad, and we have the auto text going out. You'll notice here in the settings in the broker dashboard, it says don't send texts, it says do send, right? And the other setting you need to have here is you need to have it so that a little bit down it says automatically call new leads. What I'm doing here is instead of having the phone ring for myself and for the people on my team, it says no, don't call, but send a default text message right away, which has been awesome because a lot of times we can't pick up the phone, or if there's a little awkwardness when you're connected to that person. I have found this to be a wonderful substitute to getting the voice connect, is getting the text connect going, and you get such a high volume of people replying to that script that it's really working well. Okay, so let me show you, is everybody interested in this? Let me show you how to get this injection with the lead ad and objective going on using Zapier into conversion. Remember, this is an advanced session. We have basic sessions throughout the week, and as far as I can tell, this is the one thing I would love to see every agent at Conversion using, because I know you guys would all be psyched if you all just did exactly this process, what I'm about to show you. And please do remember that we will do this for you if you order leads from the a la carte menu. That is basically what the Facebook product is in some variation. Just order the leads and say, hey, I want what Ryan set up on that webinar so I don't have to do it myself, and just order the Facebook buyer leads, and this is what you're going to get. Okay, let's take a step back now and create all this. First thing you're going to want to do is set up the broker dashboard. I just showed you all that. You're going to go to the settings page in the broker dashboard, use the script I just gave you. I'll try to include that script with the replay if you're watching the replay here. Set up automatically call new leads and set it to no, but send default text message, and then make sure you have the script installed. Okay. Next, we're going to go and we're going to run the ad at Facebook. We're not going to worry about Zapier yet. We're just going to get our ad live at Facebook. So I'll go into my Facebook Business Manager, my ads account. So here I am, and I'll just create ad at the top right. Okay. Next thing I'll do is I'm going to choose the collect leads for your business. If you see down here, that's the option I need to use, collect leads for your business. Now, I know a lot of you guys are running send clicks to website campaigns and boosting and promoting posts, and the only thing I'll say about that is that keep doing it. Don't give up on those objectives. They do work still, and you got to have traffic coming to your site at the very least. So don't think you need to turn off whatever you have going now in order to do this. Just phase this in and then decide from there which is working better for you. Okay, so I don't want to see you guys give up on the other objectives, but this is specifically the lead generation objective. I'm going to click continue. I'm going to link it to a fan page. Now, I've picked my page here. We talk about this from time to time, how if you have a branded fan page and it has something like Keller Williams Realty in it, or it has Joe Mama, real estate agent, as your name, it may suppress response. Okay, so I do like to use generic fan page names, stuff like Philadelphia Foreclosures, Real Estate Deal Depot, Propertunity Knox, as the fan page I attach to ads in order to get the initial leads. But with all that said, if you want to use a branded fan page, just keep in mind your cost per lead might be higher, but you got somebody who knows that a realtor is going to be following up with them, so you can make that call. Okay, so I've picked Real Estate Deal Depot as my page here. We'll go ahead. let's run this ad for, well, I'll just do it for my local market here, Tampa. I'm not in Tampa today, but up in Pennsylvania actually, but let's do St. Petersburg, Florida. You pick your area. Now, one thing I'll point out is you have the choice. You can do everyone in this location. You can do people recently in this location, people who live in this location, and people traveling in this location. And I found the traveling one is very interesting in a lot of markets. So just keep that in mind. You might want to split test doing everybody who's currently living here versus people who are traveling here. So I'll just do people who already live in. Now, we'll come down here to the targeting section. And you can go either way on this, and I found you'll get a different sort of lead depending on what you choose here. You can choose renters. You can also choose homeowners. If you want to put a bunch of homeowners into your database who might list with you someday, homeowners works very well as well. And I like to put the homeowners in. You are going to get more investors, but you know that everybody you're putting into your database might also list with you. So it's a side angle way to generate seller leads. Okay. If I wanted to, I could also narrow my audience, and I can say, hey, please only give me people with money. And I can do net worth, liquid assets, and let's just go for people who have $1 million to $2 million bucks. When you go higher on the financial net worth, you are going to pay a higher price per lead. These are going to be not the typical demographic of somebody just cruising on Facebook. So I've found that a lot of times it will go up in cost, but you've got somebody who's a little more financially able. You have to make that your call there. So I've set up who my target is going to be. I can set my daily budget. In the beginning, you should probably at least go 5, but I like to go at least 10 or 20 bucks a day to test a campaign and let it run for 3 or 4 days. You can't really get a good impression or a good baseline just running a couple of dollars for 2 days. You need to spend 30, 50, maybe $100 to really know where you're going to stand. Just like the one I showed you in the beginning was getting 40 cents a lead. That's probably going to change. Hey, it may go down, but it's probably going to level out at some number and give me an idea of what this all is going to cost me. Okay, so I've got my budget set. I'm going to click continue. You guys are awfully quiet. Somebody say, cool, hey. I'm paranoid about my internet connection. Okay, so now I'm in this section. I've created my ad set. Now I'm going to create my ad. First thing I need to do is choose the image. Thanks, Kevin. Thanks, Ray. Now the image that I like to use, I'm going to copy to you guys. I already have it in my account. I'm going to browse my library because I've used it before. It's this one right here. It's very easy to create. I created it in Google Draw, but you guys can actually just steal this thing if you want. Pretty sure. I'd like to give you, see if I give you, I can screenshot it. I'll screenshot it for now and paste you guys the image. I'll upload it to my screenshotting software and just chat it to all you guys, but I'd like to give you a larger version of it so it comes out better in Facebook. I'll include that also with the replay. Okay, but let me upload the image really quickly here. There we go. That took a while. All right, and then I'll chat this over to you guys. Okay, that is the image, so you have it. And you can duplicate, but what I found is just a generic picture of a kitchen, a living room with that yellow background, and the red foreclosure is working good. Now, for the text of our ad, I do not want to reinvent the wheel. So I'm going to go back and reference this other ad right here. And what did I do? I did free weekly list. Once I have something that's working, I like to just keep repeating it till it doesn't work anymore. Of St. Pete. And this is also the same script I'm using in Arizona, by the way, that's generated hundreds of leads. So St. Pete foreclosures and fixer-upper deals. That goes in the text section, which shows up above the ad. Then my headline is actually the big bold section right here. Champaign foreclosures, see the list now. So all I need to do is change that to St. Pete foreclosures, see the list now. Had a little extra blurb underneath. If you're looking for a solid real estate deal in Champaign, then you might like getting this list. Now this is a copy trick that I love to use. It's that if you are X, then you might like this. And it seems to, this is copy I always fall back on. It's just a great little tip. It kind of is suggesting to the person that yes, you are looking for a real estate deal and you're going to like this. It's selling covertly in a way. So if you're looking for a great deal in St. Pete, you might like getting this list. And that's the little section that's going to go under here under the headline. Then for my display link, I can just put my site. Okay. And now we're going to get to the fun part. I've written the ad. That's what it looks like. Now we need to make this pesky lead generation form. This is the hardest part of this all. It's the most maybe time consuming. It's not too difficult, but you got to stay patient with it. And I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to click Create Form. Daniel, right now we don't have the Zapier integration set up for individual agents. I mean, for the entire brokerage. You have to run it through individual agents. If you order through us, we can do it for you for the whole brokerage because we have a way around Zapier that we use internally. We have a bridge to Facebook that most people don't have. So, yeah. So the answer is if you pay us to do it, we can do it, and we would rather you be able to. But right now, the agent stuff, you have to do it through Zapier and the agent. Okay, so I'm going to click Create Form from the lead form. I'll do New Form. I'll name this St. Pete Conversation Demo. Okay, I don't need these advanced options for what we're doing here. I'm going to add my context card. And for the headline of that form, I just try to keep it the same. I think St. Pete Foreclosures. It says use the image of your ad. I usually keep that the same. Layout. And it says I usually repeat that little bit about getting a deal. If you are looking for a great deal, let me just make sure that is what I did. Oh no, it's not what I did. It says see a current list. I picked the actual headline, the title part. Basically repeating the ad. It's this little card that Facebook pops up, and believe it or not, it does seem to increase. You have a choice to use it or not, and I seem to get leads cheaper when I use it. I think it's because it's bringing people down more steps, and the more involved people get in the process, the more likely it is they are to finish it when they finally see their contact info pop up on the screen. For the button, I'm going to do see the list now, and then I'm going to click next. Now, what info do I want? Email, full name, and give me that phone number, please. Those are the three I usually check off there. I have done on the seller lead side of things, I have offered people we've talked about this before, like a 20-plus page report on the value of their home and things like that, and ask for the street address, and it does work. But for now, I just need these three different fields. My privacy policy link URL is always your conversion URL /privacy.php. We all have a privacy page. It's just your URL /privacy.php. Okay? And then it says add a link to your website. Now the link that I'm going to use is simply going to be where I want them to go after they opt in, and that is to the list of foreclosures. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my site. Just pick the area that in question, just run a front-end search here. I always forget to do here it is, ST versus Saint, and then I will pick from options. I'll do that little foreclosure search here. found 42, wonderful. And then I'll copy and paste this URL as the link to my website. Click next, create form, and that is done. Now I'm going to click place order and this ad will start to run. Now if I don't do anything, the full contact info will actually be added to my fan page, and there's a section in your actual fan page called Publishing Tools where you can go and download the lead list. So we haven't completed the bridge to conversion yet. People are going to be redirected to conversion. You might be asked to sign up again, but we haven't completed that bridge, okay? You don't, you're going to want to do that so the auto text goes out, but just keep in mind that Facebook does keep a backup of those leads under the publishing tools section of your fan page, okay? It is useful. Sometimes you might want to go out and go back and do that. Now, next thing we're going to do is we are going to set things up so that these leads that come in off this ad direct inject into our conversion site. And this is where it continues to be hairy. And the next phase is setting up Zapier.com. So I'm going to go to Zapier. Pesky caps lock. All right, Zapier.com. Zapier, for those of you guys who aren't familiar, is a software of softwares, I guess. It's a special tool that integrates all different kinds of apps with each other. So what we do is we connected Conversion to Zapier, and now Conversion can talk to a bunch of other apps, CRMs, email marketing solutions, Google stuff, and in this case, Zapier has a Facebook ads integration that's native to their solution. So I do think I'm pretty sure that you need to have a Zapier Pro account at $20 a month in order to do this Facebook part. Okay, so that is one thing. You are going to need to get the premium $20 a month plan if you want to build a Zap with Facebook ads. All right, and I'll say all this taking a step back is that you guys can avoid all this trouble and all this manual setup by just ordering these ads through us. Okay, so I'll make that point again. But for those of you who want to do it yourself, this is how. I'm logged into Zapier now. First thing, you'll want to make sure you go into your conversion account and activate conversion with Zapier. So log into Zapier, create your account, then log on in, which I'm going to do now. Okay, I need to log out. I was helping a client out, so I'm logged in as them still. Okay, I'll log back in as myself. And the place to find the Zapier stuff is under your settings panel, top right of the page where your picture is and your name. Go to My Settings, and a little bit down you'll see a link to KV on Zapier. You'll click that, activate the Zapier stuff, and then at some point you're going to be asked for a key, and the key is right below. I can't specifically show you this in action right now because I've already done it in my account, and it won't let me do it again, but we do have documentation in the help desk documentation on Kunversation.com about this. It's like a written document, but it's pretty self-explanatory. If you go into your settings page, kind of click the link on Zapier and get it set up so that your conversion and Zapier are hooked up. Once they're hooked up, you're going to go and you're going to click Make a New Zap. Okay, and you'll see on the left side you're going to have a trigger, and then you're going to have an action. And I'm going to name this Zap Facebook ad, name it whatever you want, foreclosures. I'm just going to put demo in so that I know what it was for. And I'm going to choose my app. It's going to walk you through the steps. My app that I want to be the trigger where the stuff is coming from is actually Facebook lead ads. So I'll click that. save and continue. And it's going to ask me to sync my lead ad account. Now, I've already done that. I actually did it twice accidentally. So you'll go through a little process. If you're logged into Facebook, it'll kind of search for your Facebook ads accounts. You'll link it together, and then just pick the account and click Save and Continue. And then it'll want to link to one of your fan pages. So let me choose the page. It needs to link to the, you're going to use the same fan page that you used when setting up your ad, obviously, because that's where it goes to look for the leads, and the leads are assigned to that fan page. So I'm typing in Real Estate Deal Depot, which is the page I used, and then it's going to ask for the specific lead form that I set up. And that is going to be the St. Pete Kunversation demo. And what I found is usually it's the top one anyway. They just do it in, in order of chronological order. Kevin, great question. If I pay conversion to do this all for me, do I need the Zapier account? No. We have access to something called Continued Flow. There's like 30 companies in the country. We somehow luckily got into this beta that Conversion has, and it allows us to skip the Zapier. So we are actually able to run these similar campaigns using a programmatic bridge that we were able to put together. But yeah, that's right. The fee for these ads, I think it's $200 a month is the starting level. To get yeah, I believe, Kevin, and if you go to the a la carte menu in your dashboard. And guys, you're going to want to, yeah, okay, no problem. You're going to want to spend, I mean, once you get this going, you're going to want to spend that much anyway, honestly. You're going to want to, because it's such a scalable idea. And the only thing I'll say is that if our ads team runs the ad and you don't get results that feel similar to what I'm showing you here or close, please just let us know, and I can go back and look and log in and make sure. I've seen it happen in some cases where some markets are way more competitive or challenging, and usually it's just a matter of changing up some targeting or changing the ad. Okay, so continuing through the Zapier stuff, I'm setting up my Facebook lead ad. I picked my page, my form. I'm going to click Continue. I'm going to go ahead and do Test Your Connect and Continue. It looks like it worked. It's looking for a lead. Now, it doesn't have a, one thing about this integration is it doesn't have a lead with a phone number yet. And you're going to notice that you may need to go back and map the phone later. You'll see what I mean here in a second. If I click Continue, I'm going to choose my second app, which is Conversion. So I just got to type in Conversion. There's my Conversion because I've connected it. Save and Continue. Oh, I forget which account. I linked two up. Hopefully it's the right one. And then I'm going to simply map the different fields in Conversion to the fields from the Facebook. So what I need to do is his lead's email address. I'll click over here on the right, and I'll match it to the email. Lead's phone number. This is what I was just talking about. The phone number is not available. This drives me absolutely insane, but until the ad actually generates a lead, the phone won't be there. So I'm going to have to go later. Once I get a lead or two, I'm going to need to log back in here and just go to my Zap and add in the phone number. I hope you guys are following that. And I get that question a lot. It's just the way things are. You're going to have to go back later once you get at least one lead and map the phone field. The lead's full name. I'll pull their full name in here. Since I did the full name, I can skip the first and last. Here's a very important part. You can hashtag. So if you are tying hashtags to specific drip campaigns, this is even more important, but you're going to want to know where your lead came from. I'll just call it the Conversation demo. But you can assign a hashtag, refer, Zapier, and then if you want to add any notes, you can. I think Facebook sends over, just like a created time. They don't really send much data over, but if you wanted to like include the created time in there, I guess you could, but Conversion is going to have that as well when it was created. I'll click Continue. And now what Zapier is going to do for us is every time a new lead is added through that Facebook ad and that lead form, Zapier is going to handle it for us and inject it right into our Conversion dashboard. Once it's once it's placed into the Conversion dashboard, I'm just turning on the Zap, it's the last thing. Once it's in there, the auto text is going to go out. So somebody's going to click that ad again for the foreclosure list. That auto text is going to go out. that says, forget the script, but I pasted it to you guys, right? Hi, thanks for searching on our site. Are you looking to buy, sell pretty soon? I can send some info about mortgage pre-approval if you want. And since it's an accurate phone number from Facebook, and it's usually a cell number that they have connected to Facebook, because we all use Facebook on our cell phones, about 20 to 30% of the time, like I said, you will get a reply right away from that lead. It is awesome stuff, and then from there, it's up to you to close. I mean, if you've got to be able to take that conversation over text and be a servant and just go with the flow based on whatever they say and bring that person, along your sales process. What's cool is that even if you're a schlub and you forget to reply to the text you're getting, Conversion is still going to send drip emails. It's still going to do the predictive emailing and everything we do on the back end to keep that person engaged. But this, as far as I know, out of everything out there in the industry, this process is the #1 way to quickly get talking to people about real estate without actually going and knocking on doors, right? But, that probably is the quicker way, or just go to the supermarket and do it old school, which is very effective, and just chat people up. Besides that, this is just like standing on the street corner, kind of hanging out, waiting for people to start talking to you. It's like they're almost initiating the conversation. So I really love this process. I think, as far as I know, I have this running for different people, friends, I've seen different users doing it. It's probably live in 10, 20, maybe 50 markets at this point, the exact thing I just showed you, and I haven't heard anybody say it's not working. So just to give you an idea. So guys, any questions? I know that was a little quick. You are going to have the replay available to you. I'll post it to the Facebook group. You can always Google Kunversation conversion, and it'll pop up right away. Kunversation playlist, and these recordings are always going to pop right up. It's the first link there. And I'll make sure I include the image for the ad that I use, the text, the script to use in your text to auto reply, and everything else you might need so you can set this up. Okay guys, does anybody have anything else they want me to discuss today? I really wanted to get that down and recorded, feeling really good about the fact that it's out there now and you guys could use that process. I tried to go slow. I realize I tend to be fast. Just let me know if you have any questions. If you have questions after the session, it's ryan@conversion.com. There are basic videos on Zapier. There's a question from Ray. Yeah, Zapier is kind of funny. There's an article in our Kunversation.com. So let me get you guys that. It's Kunversation. And if you search in our Facebook group, a lot of times this stuff will pop up too. But if you just go to the homepage of Kunversation.com and type in Zapier, Shane has a very good help desk article written up. And within this article, which I'm going to paste to you now, there's a video for me about the basic bridge between Conversion and Facebook from right after we launched this feature. So, yeah, the answer is yes, there's a basic video. But honestly, it's kind of self-explanatory. Zapier really kind of walks you right through it. Yes, Jose, this video will be on our Conversations playlist. We put this on our fan page, we put it in our private Facebook group, and if you just Google Kunversation playlist, I usually have the recording live by later this evening or Wednesday morning. Yep, so there's the post with the basic bridge example, and then we'll probably add this recording to that post as well so that you guys have the full picture. Again, I just want to repeat what's going on here. We're using a foreclosure offer because it's universal and everybody opts in. You can target homeowners, you can target different income demographics. Do not think you're going to get low-end leads here. In fact, you can control exactly the type of lead that you're going to get from this process by setting your targeting at Facebook. Okay, so you are in total control. Just know that of all the different variations of ads, new construction, fixer-uppers, income properties, find out what my home is worth, this still remains the straight to the kind of, this is the way to get the cheapest lead possible, and the quality is there if you get into the right kind of conversations. Because anybody who replies to the initial text and says, hey, my credit is horrible, I do not want to buy a house, or screw you, or whatever, right? At least you're talking to somebody, and you get very rarely is it somebody who's rude, but you're at least talking to somebody, and even if they say, they were just looking at the foreclosures, you get a chance to be cool and just further the conversation. You can say things like, hey, cool, I realize you don't want to buy right now. If they say don't want to, is it okay if I send you transaction updates about things selling near your house so you always know the value? There's always a way to get into the conversation. Or if they say, no, I'm not interested in buying, do you know anybody who is? Just look at it that way, that this whole process is designed to get you into conversations with people who live in your area about real estate. And if you're in that mindset, a lot of good things can happen if you just proceed accordingly. All right. Whew, enough rambling on. Anything else I can help you guys with today? If you have any questions about anything in general, is anybody here just kind of like lost on conversion? Do you need basics? If you do, make sure you check out, you go to kunversation.com, use our training page. There's a lot of live sessions. Annalisa, who's an awesome trainer, is actually available. She'll do one-on-ones with you if you really need it. I mean, we have tons of support here. I'm completely lost on everything. But yeah, guys, just if you contact Annalisa, the first thing she's going to ask you is she's going to say, did you at least go through the Conversion 101 course, and the New Agent Overview? I think we have recordings of those down at the bottom of our training page, and just take a minute to watch that stuff. I can pretty much boil it all down for you, though. With all the other features and all the other hairiness and all the other geeky tech stuff that Conversion can do, if you forget about all that other stuff and you focus on just getting eyeballs, the right kind of traffic in front of your conversion site, and you get people opting in and signing up, out the back end will come conversations and closings. But you cannot expect it to happen in 2 weeks. Like, commission checks do not show up in your mailbox. Instead, you need to think, all right, I am a fanatical prospector who is going to feed this funnel every day for the next 3 to 6 months, maybe a year. I'm just going to give it a shot. I'm going to go hard. And if you just spend that little bit of effort, like anything else, like building a lemonade stand or whatever, and you just fill the funnel with people, good stuff is going to come out the back end. That's the biggest value with conversion. So if that means buying leads from us, great. If that means watching the video I just showed you 100 times till it makes sense, just do it, because I'm just giving you the roadmap for driving consistent traffic through this thing. So to finish up here, because I just mentioned a term, fanatical prospecting. I meant to mention this in the beginning. I'm in the process of reading that book that I kind of initially was like, I already know this stuff. Yeah, you got to generate leads every day. You got to prospect every day. But I really I'm actually finding myself reading this whole book, every word, and really enjoying it, because this guy really gives a lot of tactical hows and mindset stuff behind staying consistent with your prospecting. And if we use the word prospecting, we translate it to what we're doing here at Conversion. It's basically the same thing as driving traffic, and generating leads. And he even says you can prospect in a number of ways. You can knock on doors, you can cold call people, but you can also spend an hour or two a day optimizing Facebook ad campaigns. And it's the same thing as long as you're consistent about getting people into your funnel. So I'll drop you guys this link right here to everybody, this book, Fanatical Prospecting. And if there's nothing else, I'm going to go ahead and go, if that's all right with you guys. I'll give you a minute to grab that link. Thanks, Ray. Thank you for being here. Thanks, guys. Yeah, just get people into the funnel. If you're not happy with your cost per lead, trust me, we can get your cost per lead down. We always can if you ask for your help. It might bounce around a few departments. We have my brother in the advertising department. We have our support team, and if it needs to come all the way up to me or even Justin, one of the founder, creator of Conversion, we will get your cost per lead down. But you got to let us know you need help. All right, thanks everybody. Have a great day. We'll get this recording live as soon as possible.